Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of
Will you just be ready? I'm sending the package to you.
How do you want me to take it?
You might wish you hadn't asked that.
But why?
You're not gonna like it?
What do you mean by that?
I don't believe in myself no more, don't you understand? What if I don't believe? That's it! He's finished, it's over, that's it!
That's not it!
That is it!
Why don't you tell me the truth?
What are you putting me through? You wanna know the truth? The truth is I don't wanna lose what I got. I don't wanna lose what I got!
We got everything but the truth. What's that truth?
I'm afraid! Alright? You wanna hear me say it? You wanna break me down? Alright, I'm afraid! For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid too. There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is, for me there is.
Why, you're human, aren't you?
Look, I don't know what I am. All I know is I'm a liar.
Doesn't matter what I believe, because you're the one that's got to carry that fear around inside you. Afraid that everybody's going to take things away. Afraid you're going to be remembered as a coward. That you're not a man anymore. Well, none of it's true. And it doesn't matter if I tell you. It doesn't matter because you're the one that's got to settle it. Get rid of it. Because when all the smoke is cleared and everyone's through chanting your name, it's just going to be us. And you can't live like this. We can't live like this. Because it's going to bother you for the rest of your life. Look what it's doing to you now. Paula thinks you can do it. So do I. But you gotta want to do it for the right reasons. But for you. Just you alone.
And if I lose?
And you lose. But at least you lose with no excuses. No fear. And I know you can live with that.
What's up, people of God? Well, it's your boy back again. To Lord willing, hopefully, prayerfully, by the grace of God, to help some church people out, especially who I think have been confused, deceived, disillusioned about this subject, especially when it comes to how we deal with and handle music in church. And let me explain. In the majority of churches, if not all churches, there has become this ritualistic, repetitious pattern of how and when to do music in a service. And where we get this from, well, first of all, just the fact that we feel like we believe we have to even have music in a service is something all in and of itself that we need to deal with. Not saying there's anything wrong with music, using music in service, But obviously, the whole point of this channel is to provide for you the means and the education, the information, the understanding on how to do music God's way, the right way, the godly way. But the whole notion of having the idea and the belief system that you have to have music in a service, or you have to do music in a service, you have to sing in a service, you have to play songs in a service. Well, that's a problem. Because obviously there's nowhere in the Word of God that says you have to do this. But I would say a big reason, could be the number one reason with, I'm not going to say all churches and people, but I would say a lot, enough, is that people feel or believe they have to have music in the service simply for the fact that they just like music. Just for the fact that they like music. That's it. Nothing to do with the Bible or anything of truth or anything about obedience. It's just they just like music, so they want to have it in the service. And I would say probably more than likely the next reason is because if you look in the Word of God and actually study it, there's a few instances, very few instances, where the Bible talks about Judah going first in battle. And those of you that have done any type of study on what Judah means praise. And so because Judah means praise, and the definition of Judah is praise, that is a humongous reason why churches, pastors, believe, or ministers, whatever, in whatever capacity, believe that they need to do music first in a service, because Judah was told to go up first when they asked God. Well, let's keep it real. If we were to actually go through the Word of God and count how many times Israel went to battle in comparison to Judah being asked to go first, you would see a dramatic and extreme, a vast, out of balance ratio of how many times Judah was asked to go up first versus the total of all the battles and wars that Israel fought. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So just because God said Judah was to go up first a few times out of the Bible does not equal that you should or have to do music first. That's just ridiculous, to be honest. And also, to add to that same point, if you look up the places where it says for Judah to go first, you'll notice there was no singing involved at all. When Judah was told to go up first, wasn't nobody singing, wasn't nobody playing instruments, there wasn't there wasn't anything musical happening or going on. They weren't told to play, they weren't told to sing, they weren't told to do anything musical. So that's another thing to add to that, if you want to call it conspiracy theory, that, you have to do music first in a service, so you got to sing first and all that. I mean, if that's what the Lord leads, then fine. And again, not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not a have to. It's not a have to where you have to do it first, and it's not a have to that you have to do it at all. So let's keep it real. But there is a third option, and it is the worst, and it is obvious in especially today's modern Americanized, seeker-sensitive, self-worshiping churches. They use music for one thing and one thing only: to manipulate and deceive and trick those that are there in attendance, those that follow them, those that trust these people, those that believe in them. They use music as a tool of manipulation to prepare you, well, to use it as a tool of deception in general, in and of itself, but also to use it as preparation, a tool of preparation in the deception that's going to come through the message afterwards and even during. Music is, again, it is a powerful tool of manipulation that false teachers, prophets, ministers, so on and so forth, use as a powerful weapon to deceive you, whether you know it or not. And there's the possibility of some ignorantly not knowing what they're doing. But I would say most or the vast majority know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. And they do it again intently, on purpose. And it is wicked. It is evil. It is wrong. And God sees it. And do not think that God will not deal with you for doing so. And so, I hope I've made myself clear and plain, straightforward, to the point. The things I'm saying aren't hard to understand, but they may be not easy for you to swallow. But regardless, either way, it's the truth. And so I said all that to say this, that if you're ready and you can handle this, that music ain't a must.
Y'all come back now, dear.